Hello everybody, this is Zaxtorian 99. This is a series I call Ask Zax. This is number 2. The first one was a kind of a series that I tried way back in November of 2015. It's been about a year and a half since I made the first one. And I really wanted to offer, I have a lot of young people. I have a lot of younger teens and children who watch my streams, watch my videos, and I want to give, people, anybody, a chance to kind of speak out to me. If you're having problems in life, if you're having questions, if you want to know what I think about a particular situation going on going on in your life, you have the opportunity to ask me either by sending me a message on my About page or simply sending me an email to an email address I set up called askzaxter@yahoo.com. Now you guys will have the link right down in the description below, and if I will read every email sent to this email address, and if I feel like it's a question that's not trolling or something like that, if I really believe that you're asking a legitimate question, I will definitely answer your question in a future Ask Zax episode. So here, yesterday I received an email to my main email address. They sent an email to my Zaxter99 email address, which is linked on my About page. So here we have a young lady who I've cut out. I don't want to give any kind of email addresses. I wouldn't be able to do that anyway, even if I wanted to on YouTube. But I've cut out her name just in case anybody might know who this is. This is a question that when I read this email, it hit me pretty hard. And I feel like my answer might be able to help more than just the young lady who wrote me this email. She writes, "Hello Zaxter99. I love watching you stream sometimes, and I don't know who to ask for help. My mom works a lot, and I'm 15 years old. I will be 16 this September. I have a guy at school. I really have liked him for a long time, and we have been hanging out for about maybe 2 weeks. I really want to go to prom with him, and he is a senior, I'm a sophomore, but we go to the same school. He tells me that he loves me, but he wants to make sure I can make him happy, and he means sex. He tells me if we have sex, he will be my boyfriend, and I can move in with him when he gets his own place this fall. I really think I love him and want him to take me to prom and to be my boyfriend, and I'm scared that if I tell him no, he will not see me no more. I am scared to tell my mom because she will be really mad because he's older than I am, because he's 18 now. I really respect you and have watched a lot of your videos. Please don't tell anyone who I am, but I just hope you can help me. Thank you, and please keep making awesome videos. I love them, I watch them, but I can't watch you when you are live because my internet is slow. Thank you." Alright. First off, I want to go ahead and respond to this email that was sent to me. It was actually sent to me Monday night, it looks like. First off, I want to go ahead and say I'm sorry about your situation. That you've never seen your father and that you're being brought up in a home, being raised only by your mother. I can tell you from experience that you are not alone. And I'm sure you see it all the time, there are lots of other kids, sadly, that are being brought up in one-parent homes. A lot of times it's a single mother, for one reason or another. And sadly, this is what a lot of people call a broken home. One-parent homes are called broken homes for a reason. I really believe that for children growing up and maturing, whether you be a young lady or whether you be a young man, I really strongly believe that a two-parent household gives kids a good balance. I believe children growing up need that male role model to teach them things that, and to have that stern voice and to kind of give kids the kind of respect, that they need in life. And mothers typically tend to be more nurturing and more kind of the ones that kids go to when they need a band-aid or when they need a hug or they need to tell them something. And all too often when you have a single parent home, whether it be a male or a female, they're just not able to provide. I mean, men and women are different in so many ways. And I don't care how, tomboyish a mother might think she is. I'll never agree or believe that a single mother can give a child everything that child needs growing up. They can't give them the balance they need. Same thing with, single fathers. I believe children rather need both sides in a family to get that balance. So I do feel a lot of empathy for you, and as well as all the other kids being brought up in these broken homes. It's happening way too often nowadays. I understand how it happens. There's a lot of situations that go in as to why these things happen, and a lot of the reasons that people are raising their kids alone are respectable. I mean, a lot of times it's a situation where you should leave the other person if they're a drug addict or physically harmful or a million other reasons. But to the young lady who is 15 years old, first of all, your boyfriend, you state, is 18. I understand you like him, and I don't know if you've, ever dated or seen another guy. I know a lot of you kids are trying to grow up too fast. But as much as you think you love this guy, you say here you've been hanging out for maybe 2 weeks. I can assure you, young lady, that you do not love this young man. You're not capable of loving a guy, and he's not capable of loving you after that short a period of time. Love takes time, real love. Now, what you are likely feeling is something that feels a lot like love. It's the feelings of butterflies in your stomachs. The can't wait to see him again. The fact that he makes you smile all the times, and the twinkle, the spark in his eyes when you guys look at each other. All that stuff is more lust and physical attraction. It's respectable and it's cute, and I'm not going to take away from it. But it's a desire by young people and older people alike to feel adored, to feel appreciated, to be touched, to have your hands held, to be hugged. But that's not love. Love takes time. It takes a lot of time to truly love somebody. And hanging out for a couple of weeks, you're not going to know how this guy acts when things go bad. How's he going to act when he's driving his car and somebody hits him? Or maybe, you're in the car with him and you're running the stereo too loud and you cause him to think that, he bashed it into a wall or ran over a parking lot, speed bump too hard and messed up his car. You don't know in 2 weeks that this guy is not going to get mad and punch you right in the face. You don't know. What I'm saying is I'm just giving one example out of a million. You really got to go through real life hard times and good times with somebody to really know a person. And until you really know a person, you can't possibly love them. Love takes time. It takes going through all kinds of real life, situations together before you can really know that you love somebody. So I am not trying to discredit your feelings. I know you have strong feelings for this guy. I do believe that. Okay. But what I'm trying to get here to you, and you've asked me a question. I want to be completely honest with you. And I want to answer, like I would my own daughter. And that's what I'm trying to do here for you. I'm trying to answer you as brutally honest as I can. This 18-year-old kid, this guy, if he's telling you what you say he's telling you, in the email, this guy's no good. Okay, there's way too many guys like this, especially younger men. The guy is basically trying to pressure you into having sex with him. He's trying to use going to the prom with you. He's trying to use his status or his looks that he knows you're attracted to try to get something he wants that he shouldn't be allowed to take from you. If you are still a virgin, and I hope that you are at 15, but regardless of whether you are or not, your body and your first time having sex, or even if it's the second or third time, doesn't matter. Going to that spot with a man, or if you're a man out there listening to this, going to that place with a woman should be something that is earned. It should be a special moment. And I mean something more than hanging out for a couple weeks, and if I have sex with this person, they're going to go to prom with me, or they're going to be my boyfriend. That is an ultimatum. That is pressure. It's blackmail. And I can assure you that if he's giving that kind of pressure to you, he doesn't care about you at all. He cares about one thing, and he wants one thing from you. He wants sex. And I can assure you that no matter how good it is for him, if you go there, if you do this, he will lose respect for you. Okay? First of all, this guy's not even worth it. Now, maybe later on in the future, maybe after this guy matures more, maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll grow up. But right now, this guy's a punk. Yeah, he's a punk. He's trying to pressure you into having sex. And I hate to say this about a guy that I can understand that you like, that you think is cute, that you think is good looking or hot, or, member of the football team in your school, whatever. But this guy's no good for you. And you tell me in your email you have a fear that if you told your mom, she would be mad. And I think when you say that and you write that email, in your email to me, you know deep down that your mother would be mad. And it's probably not because he's 18, as much as it is because if she found out exactly what you told me, she would also know that he's trying to pressure you into doing something you're not ready for. By the way you've worded your email to me, it sounds like you're not ready either, but you don't want to lose it. This guy's not worth keeping. Okay? And I can tell you that based on experience. I know I'm older. I know I'm a father, of kids myself, but we've all been here. And these kind of things have not changed since I was a kid and since, my grandparents were a kid. There's always been pressure to have sex, from young people. Now more than ever. You kids are growing up way too fast. You're trying to mature way too fast. You're pressuring yourself to have these deep, even physical relationships way too early before you're ready emotionally for these kind of serious relationships. And all I can do is I can hope that you'll seriously consider why this guy would put that kind of pressure on you. Any man that truly cares about you and loves you would never do that to you. He would never put that kind of pressure on you, and he would wait until you're ready. And if that takes 2 or 3 years, that man would never pressure you. He would never put you that kind of ultimatum on you, and he would never threaten to break up with you if you don't do what he wants. He would love you and actually care that when you guys did go there, it was truly special and truly magical and something that you're both ready for. So if you are a virgin, I hope you take my answer to you to heart and wait for that special moment. Wait for that special right guy. Even if it takes 5 years, 10 years from now, doesn't matter how long it takes, I promise you that if you give in to this guy, you're going to end up regretting it. And if you wait until you meet the right guy and don't try to rush it, you'll be damn happy that you waited. One favor I'd like to ask of you is I know your mother works a lot and I know you don't have a father. But one request I have of you is that you show this email to your mother that you wrote to me, and you show her my video, my response here. I think, and I believe, that your mother will agree with me, at least on part of it, and agree that you probably shouldn't give in to this guy. And I can assure you one other thing. Even though your mother works a lot, and maybe you don't have a father, I guarantee you that your mother loves and cares about you way more than this guy you're talking about that's so cute and hot and how much you like. Your mother loves and cares about you probably 1,000,000 times more. So that is the one that you need to talk to. And I urge you to bring this up to your mother before you give in to this guy. Because if you don't, eventually your mother's probably going to find out, and you're going to hurt your mother deeply because you never went to her and talked to her about it. So that is my answer to you regarding this very deep personal question. I want to go ahead and thank you for, respecting me enough or believing in me enough as a YouTuber that you've seen in videos on my YouTube channel to reach out to me and ask me this question that you felt like you couldn't ask your mother. With my answer, I hope that you will bring this to the attention of your mother and really have a talk with your mother. Because another thing, I guarantee you your mother loves and cares about you way more than I do as well, because she is your mother. I'm just a YouTuber who likes playing video games on my channel. Hopefully I've helped you out. I hope that I've helped somebody else out with this, this answer. Seriously, people, if you guys are young and you're in these situations, whether you be a male or a female, and you're feeling that pressure, you're feeling peer pressure to have sex with a girl, if you're a guy, either way, I urge you guys to wait, to hold out. If you've been dating, 4 or 6 months, if you're under the age of 16, 18 years old, there is nothing wrong with waiting. You guys are trying to rush things way too quickly. And when you do, you're going to spoil something that could be really, really good. Imagine your mother's baking an amazing cake, the best cake that, your favorite cake. And maybe this cake tastes so much better the day after it's cooked. And that temptation to eat that cake right after it's out of the oven. But when you do, it's nowhere near as good as if you wait a day. Like, for example, I know pumpkin bread is kind of like this, and I believe apple cake is like this. Just a couple of examples. If you wait a day, it's so much better. It's so much more moist, etc., etc. Pumpkin bread, apple cake, stuff like that. It's so much better if you just wait 24 hours. And I'm not telling you guys to wait 24 hours. I'm telling you guys to wait until the time is right. And this is like the, apple cake example times 1,000, because sex and who you have that with, who you decide to do that with, has lots of implications. It can result in kids. It can result in, there's so many sexually transmitted diseases out there. There's things that you make one mistake with the wrong person, you're going to regret it the rest of your life. I promise you this. So this is like not only apple cake times 1,000, it's apple cake times 1,000,000. So all you kids out there, all you young teenagers, please, please, please take your time. Make sure you're dating somebody and you're truly in love. And I'm talking about date someone for years, especially if you're a teenager, before you try to rush that moment. Make sure you're both prepared. Make sure you're both know that you're going to be married together before you or are married. Make sure you're married before you take that step. Make sure that it's the right one. Okay? Not just, a physical attraction or infatuation with somebody. Those feelings, when you experience them, especially when you're young, infatuation can really feel like love, but it's not. Love is patient. Love is kind. And love would never put this kind of pressure on you. Anybody that cares about you would never kind of put the pressure this girl's talking about, this guy, is given to her in this email. I hope I've helped some of you out. I hope I helped out the young lady who had, spent time to write me this email. And I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching. This has been Ask Zax, as my series call it. And if you guys have any questions in life, no matter your age, no matter what the situation is, I can assure you that I will not, reveal your identity or your email address or anything like that if I answer you in an upcoming video. If I don't answer your question in an upcoming video, I promise that in some way I will respond to each and every email that I get at askzaxter at yahoo.com. So thanks so much for listening, everybody. Be sure if you have any questions, if you really need somebody to talk to, if you really have a question like this that you want me to try to answer as honestly as I can, be sure you send that to my email address, askzaxter at yahoo.com. Again, the message or the link is down in the description. Thanks, everybody. This has been Zaxtor99. Take care. Have a great night. Be sure you go out there and hug somebody you love. Take care, everybody.